Very good morning to all of you. Hello, dear students. I know some of the students are watching it in the evening. Can you all recommend what is the best time for taking these live classes for all of you? If you can keep messaging down here or under the video or in the Telegram. Because you know what? This timing is less disturbing for me according to all the other schedules. So I'm deciding to take it. But how does it suit you all? Yes. Which time is more suitable for all of you? Because like this, a lot of good videos are already recorded and uploaded in the Concept Classes app for costing. So those who really like this conceptual way of learning can definitely go for that. But revision videos, of course, I'm going to take in live classes always. More to discuss is the mock test paper of the CMA exam, MTP2 of the CA inter exam. So right. So do let me know what is your suggestion. Okay. The class starts with two great news. One is thank you so much for all of you who have sent me messages on my WhatsApp, on my Telegram about your feedback for these Sarathi live classes. And I think that's what has brought so much of spark and energy in me. When you value the work, what we are doing, you know, it's like always students feel that teachers motivate, but actually it's so many times you don't know that you all motivate me so that I give my best. कि TDS TCS जैसा चैप्टर छोड़ना नहीं है, करके जाना है और जिस्ट में करना है. And what I'm making you write, you're writing, sending me the pictures. So that's really motivating. And so wonderful to see we have students from Mumbai, Chennai, Vijayawada, Kakinada, Chandrapur, my native place, Nagpur, and Hyderabad, of course, right? So a big thank you to all of you. And those who still feel ki as a Guru Dakshina, at least whatever is your takeaway or feedback from these classes, I start with some motivation, pearls of wisdom, either by me or by my student. And every day we are closing with a wonderful affirmation prayer. So if this is all working for you, do send me your messages on 92900-65156. This is Concept Classes WhatsApp number. Okay, right? Another great news to share with you is this Sunday. Okay, that is, what is the date this Sunday? 15th of October, I'm taking offline live marathon from 11 o'clock to 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, whatever you need. This is voluntarily from my side. But for students, you have to register at ICI's website. CICASA is organizing this, that southern region. All the students are welcome. And do the registration as there is no spot registration for this. And in a very wonderful way, face-to-face, you will meet me. On projector, I'll be taking the revision of all my booster notes, all the tricks of how to outperform in 3 hours, right from making the correct choice, okay, in the 15 minutes. Another third good news to share with all of you is those who are liking our way of teaching. If you don't want anything from us, then whatever material I'm giving, using in the class PDF, that jo problems hum solve karna hai, all that is given in the Telegram group, and Telegram link is there in the description. Now, suppose if you want these material booster notes, these booster notes are ready now. It's black and white, not colored notes, but with very good all gist notes and the tables of what's the definition of salary or limits of salary, like this 44 AD comparison, and examples also, like capital gain conversion of capital asset into stock in trade, solved example. Conversion of debentures into shares, solved example. So if you want to get these booster notes, in the description, Concept Classes app mein, all details are there. You can place an order over there. Okay? Very nominal. What's the printing cost and courier cost? That's what we are charging. And now today's pearls of wisdom is smile. It raises your energy. अब मैम वो तो सबको मालूम है. अब स्माइल कैसे सुनो, 2 मिनट सुनो फिर हम TDS शुरू करेंगे. ध्यान से सुनो. You know, when I was also, everyone around me, the parents and most of the students are saying one of the biggest distraction for all of us is social media, which is not right. It's not right. For example, my mindset, I don't know if it may work for all of you or not, but suppose just now before starting the class, if I feel like scrolling my Insta and all, the best way is to say, Dipti, no, afternoon you have kept the time for scrolling, because otherwise we will not get all the information or will not be able to pass on the information to our students and all. So that is one way out, okay? That you keep a fixed time. Until your exams, frankly speaking, use your phone of your mother or tab which is at home, and you for yourself, personal communication, use a small phone. Because this you will say in your story in TEDx or wherever you go, that while I was doing my CA, I have given away my smartphone and I've used that small phone. Of course, for revision videos and for some notes, for doubt clearing, you need to connect in some groups and all, that you decide कि कितने teachers को follow करना है और कितने Telegram और WhatsApp group में रहना है पर कितने. So once you decide that, you can add on all that in your mom's phone which is there at home or any other tab. Now what I want to say to all of you is, social media is not a disturbance. I'll tell you, 95 to 2000 when I was doing my CA, that time this concept of pehle to Doordarshan ek hi tha. That time just this, you know, these channels had just started, ZTV and Max and all that. And those TV serials and daily soaps and Hum Panch, Dekh Bhai Dekh, that time is like Tarak Mehta today. So all this started. And when we go for coaching and all, everywhere all my friends are talking. Did you see yesterday those 5 sisters in Hum Panch, they're dressing their dialogue? I like the third one. I like the fourth one. And I used to smile and sit like this. Because my goal was clear. If I don't concentrate and clear this time, I'll be getting married. Those days, 95, from a traditional family, girls को graduation ही नहीं पढ़ाते, पढ़ने मिल रहा है बेटा, चुपचाप पढ़ लो, degree ले लो और कुछ मत करो. So, you know, I used to literally smile and never take part in those discussions. Same is the problem with the students today when I discuss one-to-one. Ma'am, when we sit in a group, they are talking, ये web series देखा क्या, ये game खेला क्या, ये देखा क्या, इसमें क्या मस्त था, इसका shot, इसमें ये था, and you smile. You need not explain to anyone that no, because I'm preparing for this exam and all, and so I'm away from all these web series and games and World Cup and all this. You are on a beautiful journey, trust me. When you get a degree, you know how people will turn and say, I knew she's like a chartered accountant and she will outperform. I knew ye to karegi, ye to karega. Huh? So if you want that, then make sure don't go. I think this is what is called as that FOMO, na? Huh? So मैंने वही थोड़ा elaborate, तब भी वही story थी. From Doordarshan, suddenly there was shift, and like in TV, ZTV देखो, Max देखो, ये देखो. पहले तो एक ही दिन Wednesday गाने आते थे, चित्रहार, that too from 8 to 8:30. Now it is like so many music channels. So that's the same problem today. Insta, Facebook, Twitter, अब तो नया क्या है? Thread, ये वो. And still you feel up to a bit of my refreshment or for whatever I need to do that, please do that. It's your nature. You know well what you have to do. But if you have decided a time, you know, afternoon 2:30 to 3, then all the other time, no, Dipti, 2:30 we will check the Insta. That. Thank you so much in the starting only for listening to all this. Let us start with TDS and TCS. TDS, very important sections we have done yesterday. 194C for contract, 194I for rent, 194IB for alag wala 50,000 wala rent. And what else we did yesterday? Yeah. 194EE for the foreign entertainer and player. I am going to revise all this in so much detail, but today I want to take it in a different way. What I want to do is let us directly first start with the remaining sections what we have not done, and then we will go back and do that. Okay, so I'm going reverse way right now. I'm starting with 194M. Are you all with me? 194M I am starting with. Okay. Individuals and HUFs. Payment for works contract. Did we do 194J yesterday? No, then that is the important. 194J. 194J is fees what is paid to professionals, chartered accountant, lawyers, doctors, engineers, architects, or technical service, or royalty for non-competent fee exceeding 30,000. ठीक है? Exceeding 30,000. Right? Then, what is the TDS to be deducted? 10% and 2% if the pay engaged in the business of the call center. Right? So, let us read about this. Individually means for professional fees, separate limit is there, dear students, 30,000. Okay, once again, as I did yesterday, keep patience. Important sections, उनके limit और rates याद करने हैं. Weightage is 8 marks. Today is the second class. And by end of the class, I'll solve lot of examples. Yesterday also I did, so that you will learn it. Okay, right. Right, let us begin now. Professional or technical services or royalty or non-competent fees. Okay, what is the separate limit, dear students? 30,000. So if I have received professional fees 28,000, technical fees 25,000, TDS nahi katega. And what do you mean by non-competent fees, dear students? Non-competent fees is like you are restricted to open one more store in the 5 kilometers radius. हमारे शोरूम के 5 किलोमीटर के आसपास आप अपना शोरूम मत खोलना. For that we are not bribing you. We are giving you an official fees. This fees is called as, dear students, non-competent fees. Okay. Now for this I want to refer note 7. This TDS whole chapter I have sent you as notes, dear students. ताकि आप ना एक एक कॉन्सेप्ट के एक एक अच्छे प्रॉब्लम भी कर सके. Note 7. Pay is engaged in the business of operation of call center. Then pay, जिसको आप पे कर रहे हो, he is engaged in call center, then deduct the TDS 2%. Fees for technical services 2%. Royalty in the nature of consideration for sale, distribution, exhibition of cinematographic film. As the movie goes off the theaters, then you know all OTT platforms, everyone will buy it. So there also it's 2%. Bus. So what is 2%? If pay is a call center, if it is a technical fees or royalty for distribution of this. Other than this, 194J professional fees is 10%. And the limit everywhere is 30,000. Please isko star 5-star khilao, crown pehnao. Yes, right. So this is this very clear to all of you? Sure. It's a 100% English class, but some dialogues in the flow are coming in Hindi. Definitely I'll make it 100% English. It's good. It's a good suggestion. Thank you. Okay, which exam you're writing? If you can comment, I can help you better. Done. Any remuneration of fees or commission by whatever name called, other than those on which tax is to be deductible under 192 to a director of a company. When you are a freelancing director in 7 to 8 companies, then whatever fees you are getting, okay, above 30,000, on that 10% fees is there and 10% TDS deduct होगा और 30,000 का limit नहीं है, sorry. तो मैं डायरेक्टर का आपको फिर से बताती हूँ. 30,000 limit is not an individual transaction. If several bill exceeds 30,000 limit, TDS is applicable. Whereas 194C per transaction, the limit is 30,000 there. I hope you are getting. So I am paying professional fees to a doctor, 8,000, then 16,000, then again 10,000. Should I deduct the TDS under 194J? Answer is yes. 194C, contract में individual payment above 30,000 and total payment above 1 lakh. Clear to all of you? Right. Once again, I'm saying, if you're a full-time director in a company, this is already taught to you in salary chapter. If you're a full-time director in a company, okay, right, and you are getting managerial remuneration and salary, then TDS is to be deducted under 192. Okay. And if you are a freelancing directors in 7-8 companies and you are getting the fees as director, then TDS is deducted under 194, 10%, and 30,000 limit is not there. Is this clear to all of you? Right? Sure. Next. So 194J is clear. I know थोड़ा सा बड़ा ही है. इसका जो gist है वो याद रखना है. See, it's a challenge as a teacher to teach this topic in such a fun way. ये रेट से ये लिमिट है, मैं इधर उधर की स्टोरी बताऊं. क्लास सुनने में बड़ा मजा आएगा, बट एग्जाम में सजा हो जाएगा. I hope you are getting. It's not going to be very funny. So TDS, the way I'm teaching you is, you can see I've given you all so many notes. So I really want the feedback that writing these kind of the notes is helpful or not. कलम ने आपको ये notes लिखाया 194A interest, फिर 194B, फिर C, फिर all the 3 commissions put together, then 194DA like this. So writing the notes is taking it properly. So now once again, if you want to write the notes, write down. ठीक है ना, हम भी अभी भी इसके लिए 194J के लिए भी 2 मिनट लगेगा. Let us write note 194J. Okay, right. Listen. Director getting fees, for remuneration, not fees and remuneration from various companies. So many directors are freelancers. So 10% TDS katega, 30,000 limit not applicable. Even if you are paying 10,000 remuneration to director, you have to deduct the TDS. B option is, if he is a full-time director, dear students. ये ना full-time director है आपका, और आप उसको as a salary दे रहे हो, then TDS will be deducted under section 192, salary at the average rate of tax. What do you mean by average rate of tax? Calculate the total tax as if you're giving him salary, some other income, final tax divided by 12 monthly installments. ये हो गया 194J. इसको छोड़ के, if you are paying professional fees, okay, if you are paying professional fees, 1 second, yeah. Non-competent fees. Professional fees, non-competent fees. Technical fees, royalty for films, then 30,000 say greater than sign. Greater than 30,000 limit. तो TDS कितना deduct होगा? Professional fees 10%, non-competent 10%, technical fees 2%, royalty 2%. Are you all with me? And that call center 2%. ठीक है, clear है? Yeah. Mhm. You can communicate with me in my Telegram group also. Whatever is your doubt, you can ask me, dear students. 194J is clear. Chalo, let us go to the next one. Keep little patience. When I apply this and solve the problems, ye clear hoga na. Frankly speaking, I myself, as I always say, set off is my favorite topic. This is my favorite. This is not, but this is for exam. कभी लगता है इतने सारे लिमिट्स बना बना के दे देते, इस पे टीडीएस काटो, इस पे and these finance minister and all this say इस पे टीडीएस ये रेट से इसका लिमिट ये, and they are leaving everything to teachers and students and chartered accountants. I'm discussing the actually painful part, है ना? चलो ठीक है, but we'll deal. So I'm going to work out good problems for this 194J. I hope I have made you clear ki what is 194J. K, yesterday we have done units of mutual fund above 5,000 if you are selling resident. Non-resident, separate provisions are there. 194LA, compulsory acquisition of immovable property other than agricultural land. 194LA is where government is acquiring compulsorily your property above 10 per 2,50,000, then 10%. Yesterday, if I have not discussed, I'll discuss now 194AI also. Because there's a link, dear students. IA and LA should go together in your notebook. Whenever you write 194IA, refer 194LA. What is 194IA? Transfer of immovable property other than agricultural land. 1% of the sale consideration or stamp duty value, whichever is higher. And the stamp duty value should be above 50 lakhs. So you will deduct the TDS. A 194LA or 194IA, I want to teach you in notebook with a very nice example. आपको बिल्कुल clear हो जाएगा. आप एक छोटा सा diagram बनाओ. देखो. 194IA. Transfer of land and building, which is also called as immovable property, above rupees 50 lakhs. And now this example already asked once in exam, printed in your study material, can be asked again. Ma'am, आपने भी पढ़ाया study material का as it is exam में आया, do message में. Transfer of land and building above 50 lakhs. Okay, right. Now Mr. Raj and she is Mrs. Simran. Okay, just random names. No relationship like that. So Mr. Raj has transferred property to Simran. Sale consideration is 60 lakhs. Whereas the stamp duty value of the property is 85 lakhs. Now, number one consequence for Raj. Because now I can teach you like this because I've taught you capital gain, I've taught you income from other sources. You have learned all this, assuming I'm taking this example. So now for Raj, the first consideration is when he's calculating his capital gain, sales consideration, when he's calculating his capital gain, sales consideration, as per section 50C, 85 lakhs. Ma'am, but he has transferred the property in 60 lakhs. Why did he under transfer when the stamp duty value and market value is 85 lakhs? And now fair market value उससे higher है, वो सब आपको capital gain में पढ़ा है, मैंने ही revise करा. So as per section 50C, what he will take it as the sale consideration, dear students? 85 lakhs. Okay, right. Next. Second consequences for Simran. For Simran, income from other sources. From unrelated party, whether you are getting a gift above 50,000 in cash or in kind, or you are buying 60 lakhs, 85 lakhs property. Why would Raj sell to you in 60 lakhs? Is he giving to you gift? Yes. 85 lakhs minus 60 lakhs under section 56 clause 10 and all, it will be taxable in the hands of Simran. ये एग्जाम्पल के बिना टीडीएस चैप्टर खत्म ही नहीं होता, तो थोड़ा पेशेंस से लिखो. E-commerce operator and 194N and all I will teach you. Very easy ones they all are. हाँ, थोड़ा सा मैं slow कर रही हूँ because I am giving you examples. And these examples will only fit in your mind and bring results. Trust me. Chalo. So now after this, 1 second. Yes. Now the next is, okay, Raj, you have to pay the capital gain on 85 lakhs. Simran, you have to take it as gift 25 lakhs. Now, is the property transferred above 50 lakhs? Yes. So buyer should deduct TDS. Third consequence for Simran. She will deduct TDS at the rate of 1% under section 194 IA. But now the question is, on 60 lakhs, which she is paying, or 85 lakhs. Here there is a very important amendment. And the amendment says, this third consequence, that even though Simran is paying to Raj 60 lakhs, she has to deduct the TDS on 85 lakhs 1%. I think it's coming to 85,000. These are the three beautiful consequences in the form of diagram chart, whatever I will. So 85,000 minus 60 lakhs she'll be paying. 60 lakhs only she will pay to Simran will pay to Raj. Buyer कौन है? Simran. ये लो आपका सेल कंसिडरेशन. But TDS कितने पे कटेगा? 85,000 पे. Capital gain कितने पे लगेगा? 85 lakhs के. And why did you get the 85 lakhs property in 60 lakhs? So 25 lakhs is your capital. Added to this is 194 LA. Are you getting some trick that I am making you learn in groups? ये देखो, कल हमने तीनों commission एक साथ लिखे थे. Insurance, I gave you the whole story. Some students are literally like surprised कि ma'am, are you taking this as a fast track batch? How can we go fast track? How can we go fast when we know that your result, so many students' result is based on our teaching? I cannot leave. Where I had to go fast, I have gone fast. If you check my 3 lectures of deductions, I have missed the whole series of ATIs. मेरे को पढ़ाना ही नहीं है वो. हाँ, चलो 194 is compulsory acquisition of immovable property. Compulsory acquisition of immovable property by government. Government is compulsory taking over immovable property greater than 2,50,000. Under what? 194 LA. That's why I said both of this go hand in hand. And then TDS is to be deducted at the rate of 10%. 194 IA, it is 1%. Provided the property value exceeds 50 lakhs. So that's all for these two sections. Anyone is having any doubt? So many of you are watching the recording and messaging me. Do help me out. ना मैम को concept पढ़ाना आता है, marketing नहीं आती है, तो आप सिखा दो. What's the best time suitable for all of you? If you can keep putting in comment, I'll come to know for my Sarathi costing batch and other batches. ठीक है ना? चलो करें साथ में. Next. Okay, all these are for non-residents. 5% TDS is there, just remember. Now, 194M, this is very beautiful. Individuals and HUF, payment for works contract. Now, ma'am, works contract is already covered under 194C. Professional fees already covered under 94J. Commission is already covered under 194H. Right? Any resident. Okay? All, including brokerage, all including 50 lakhs and above, other than covered under this. Now I will explain. इंडिविजुअल एंड HUF यहाँ पे लिखो not covered in tax audit. 2 minutes, dear students. I'll be back. अब ये पढ़ो आगे. Thank you for waiting. Chalo. So I was teaching you 194M. Now listen, all of you. Those individuals and HUFs whose books of accounts are audited, like individual or HUF, if their turnover is above 1 crore, if they are professionals, their turnover is above 50 lakhs, their books of accounts are audited, they are covered under 194C. And if they make contract payment, but yeah, the 194C said that no personal payments. Personal payments under a contract, if I am paying you, TDS is not deducted. Same way, professionals. Professionals also, for individual and HUF, TDS provisions are applicable only if my books of accounts are audited. Now listen, I am an individual. My turnover is 80 lakhs, chota mota, but I have made a lavish bungalow and I have paid 55 lakhs fees to my architect. Are you getting? I am a small individual and this is my personal payment. I am a small individual. I am not covered under tax audit. TDS provisions are not applicable to me. 194C contract, 194J professional fees, 194H commission मेरे को applicable नहीं है. But I have made a very nice bungalow and for that I have paid professional fees to an architect 55 lakhs. Have I generated huge income for that architect? Yes. Should I deduct TDS? Yes. Am I becoming the deductor? Yes. Should I have TAN number? Answer is no. TAN किसको चाहिए? To all the deductors. But if you have apply थोड़ा सा logic ना, आपको वैसे ही strike हो जाएगा exam. I'm just making payment one time to an architect for making my bungalow and I'm paying him 55 lakhs. Should I deduct the TDS? Yes. टैन लगेगा मतलब मुझे टैन नंबर टैक्स डिडक्शन अकाउंट नंबर लेना पड़ेगा? नो, मेरा पेन उसका पेन बस है. सेम वे आई हैव परचेज द प्रॉपर्टी फ्रॉम रोशेश. रोशेश आपसे हमने प्रॉपर्टी परचेज किया, ठीक है. अभी आई हैव टू पे यू द कंसिडरेशन. इफ द प्रॉपर्टी वैल्यू इज अबव 50 lakhs, 194 IA, just now I told you 1% TDS you deduct, I will deduct and then pay you. Should I take a TAN number? Whoever is the deductor, regular deductor, should have TAN and PAN. Deductee should have PAN. But should I take the TAN? No. Because one time I have purchased the property and I am liable to deduct the tax and pay to government and pay you the remaining amount. I am not a regular deductor. So I don't need to obtain TAN. Is this clear to you logically? Right. चलो इसको सॉल्व करते हैं. देखो, yeah, please see individuals and HUFs. Okay, payment for works contract, professional fees, commission, brokerage, all including Mila ke if I'm paying to someone 50 lakhs other than. If you are covered under contract payment for business and tax audit, go in 194C. किसी को कमीशन दे रहे 15,000 से ज्यादा बिजनेस से रिलेटेड 194H, पर्सनल यहाँ पे 194J प्रोफेशनल फीस. TAN is not required, deducted for personal payment also. See 194C clearly it was written not liable for personal payment. ठीक है? And for this let us take up one problem. 194M is clear to all of you or not? In just half an hour I'll complete all the TDS sections and procedure, that is sure. तो आप लोग थोड़ा सा ध्यान से देखो, अभी करते हैं. कौन सा था नोट नंबर? The reason of going to all the notes, you know, is like there I have done. कल याद है हमने कितने अच्छे problems भी workout किए थे इसके लिए. ये राज सिमरन example is printed in your material, what I made flowchart. You can check it later if you've taken a printout of this. ठीक है? चलो. Yeah. Ramesh is an individual. Again, study material problem. Ramesh is an individual carrying on retail business and his turnover is 2.5 crores. Okay. And what is the contract payment he has made? So Ramesh ka turnover agar 2.5 crore hai, so can we say he is clearly covered under 194C, and then he has made contract payment for house 5 lakh rupees, no TDS. Why no TDS? Personal payment. Ma'am, but just now you said that personal payment ko applicable hai if you are not covered under tax audit. He is already covered under tax audit. तो 194C लगेगा, लेकिन यहाँ नहीं लगेगा because 194C says on personal contract of repairs and all, don't deduct TDS. Payment of commission to Mr. Wallish for business purpose. Think you can answer before me. Payment of commission to Wallish for business purpose. Okay, 83,000. Same. No TDS. Now, Mahesh, a distributor whose turnover was 95 lakhs. Contract payment for reconstruction of the residential house made during the period January to March. ठीक है ना? So Mahesh is distributor, उसका turnover 95 lakhs है, so he is not covered under the, what do you say, tax audit, and he has made contract for his residential house. मतलब personal payment 20 lakhs, फिर 15, 35 lakhs. Excuse me. Such a big mouth. Sorry. 20, 15, 35 and 5. 55 lakhs. So on the 55 lakhs, will you deduct the TDS? Yes. Now this is which contract payment? For the residential house? Yes. तो contract है 194M में TDS कटेगा, 194M में for the contract payment above 50 lakhs. Acha, once it crosses 50 lakhs, on the whole amount 1%, 5% TDS is deducted. Are you getting? So on 55 lakhs, 5%. Are you all with me? Clear? Yeah. Mahesh is a distributor whose turnover is 95 lakhs, means he is not covered by tax audit. And he is making personal payment. Above 50 lakhs, he is generating income for others. Mahesh, should he deduct the TDS? Yes, under 194M. Because it is crossing 50 lakhs, on the whole 55 lakhs, 5%. Yeah. Okay, this commission will not be covered under 194M, but it will be covered under 194H. Because is the commission above 15,000? Yes. You all know any commission above 15,000, whether it is insurance agent or lottery and other, 15,000 के ऊपर किसी को कमीशन दिए तो 15% TDS काटना है, but not on the difference, on the full 83,000. Are you okay writing like this? Have you taken a printout? Suresh, an employee, has made payment for brokerage for buying the house. Oh, brokerage, again he's paying commission above 50 lakhs and he's an employee. So he's not covered under tax audit. So can TDS be deducted under 194M? Answer is yes, at the rate of 5% on this. Kamlesh is a pensioner. Contract payment made for construction of the house. Pensioner means again he's an individual and HUF. Books of accounts are not audited. But here no TDS. Why? Because the payment is not exceeding 50 lakhs. हो गया, बात ही खत्म. Clear है सबको? Right. So there are cases wherein there is no TDS deducted. Okay, chalo. Now I am going to one of the most expected, directly notes से ही चलते हैं, फिर हम वहां पढ़ेंगे. 194N, one of the most expected questions in exam for 2 marks MCQ, या फिर आपको 2 marks का bit question आएगा. Question number 3. And the best part is TDS is asked in combinations with residential status, 6 mark question. वो तो और easy है. Return of income 4 mark, वो तो और easy है. तो इसको छोड़ना नहीं है. समझ में आ रहा है सबको आपको? Right, 1 second ना dear student. चलो साथ में करते हैं. 194I says if you withdraw the cash, okay, from your account above, see, generally we are all saying that we are moving towards the paperless governance. This is called as, like, everyone is encouraging plastic money, Paytm, GPay, Google Pay, all the UPI modes of payment, RTGS, NIFT. Why do you need cash? And this is such a beautiful move. Either my cash is in my bank account. When I make you payment by RTGS, NIFT, Google, GPay, it comes in your bank account. पर रहता तो बैंक में है ना, किसी की तिजोरी या घर में तो नहीं रहता. So government wants to discourage the cash payment. So they came up with this 194N. Tax shall be deducted at the rate of 2%. पहले ये पढ़ो. If there is a withdrawal, cash withdrawal above 1 crore, then 2%. Okay? And if the person is a defaulter, ma'am, how do we decide it's a defaulter? I'll say. But if the person is a defaulter, okay, the person who is withdrawing, then above 20 lakhs to 1 crore, 2%. 1 crore के above 5% TDS काटेगा. खुद का पैसा खुद के बैंक अकाउंट से विड्रॉ कर रहे हैं ना, so TDS will be deducted. And when they are said to be a defaulter, I'll repeat it also, pay attention. If the recipient has not furnished return of income for 3 assessment years relevant to 3 previous year, for which time limit for filing the return is over, has just expired immediately preceding the previous year in which payment of sum is made, is said to be a defaulter. So what is our financial year, dear students? 22-23. तो पहले के 3 साल, हाँ? For example, if the SSC did not file the return 18-19, 19-20, 20-21, खत्म हो गया. 21 के लिए टाइम था आपको 22 तक, खत्म हो गया. On 1st April 22, time limit for filing the return 21 is over. And if you are a defaulter, you have not furnished the return for all the 3 years. You have submitted, but last 3 years you have not submitted. Then TDS under 194N will be deducted above 20 lakhs withdrawal. Up to 1 crore, 2%. Above 1 crore, 5%. If you're not a defaulter, above 1 crore. अभी यहाँ पे the most outstanding part is until now all the sections. इसको थोड़ा double ध्यान से सुनो, इसलिए मैं screen बंद कर रही हूँ. सुनो. Just now I told you, if you exceed 50 lakhs, पूरे पे TDS. Contract payment made to anyone above 30,000, 10%, 2% TDS contract. और अगर 194J में है तो 10%. Listen all of you. above 30,000, like some of the students are, ma'am क्या बोल रहे, कुछ भी समझ में नहीं आ रहा. So these 2 lectures you have to watch twice. Now this is smart work. Somewhere you feel it's over easy. I allotted 2 hours for deduction, but मैंने तो 1.5 घंटे में खत्म कर दिया. तो यहाँ ज्यादा करो, हाँ, छोड़ना नहीं, इसको ध्यान से सुनो. Wherever you cross 194C limit, 30,000, 194J, once you cross that limit, then on the whole TDS is deducted. Correct or not? But only for 194N. Once you cross the limit of 1 crore, you have withdrawn from your account more than 1 crore rupees, then, okay, these are all the accounts in one branch, huh? I mean, say in one bank. तो आपने अगर कैश सब बैंक्स मिला के नहीं है, एक एक बैंक वाइज लिमिट है, तो दिस बैंक वाइज इफ यू हैव विड्रॉन मोर देन 1 करोड़, देन व्हाटएवर एक्सेस यू हैव विड्रॉन अबव 1 करोड़, उसी पे टीडीएस कटेगा. बिकॉज यू शुड नॉट बी कंफ्यूज्ड, आई हैव ऑलरेडी प्रिंटेड, दैट्स व्हाई आई कॉल इट एज बूस्टर नोट्स. ये देखो, कैन यू ऑल जस्ट रीड दीज 2 एग्जांपल्स ऑन योर ओन एंड हियर ओनली. देखो, cash withdrawal is 120 lakhs. So up to 1 crore, no problem. Above 1 crore, 20 lakhs into 2%. That is 40,000. Are you all with me? If the SSC is a defaulter, okay, then on first, agar SSC is defaulter, when he will be said to be a defaulter? कि अगर उसने लास्ट 3 years के रिटर्न नहीं भरा है, जो ईयर का रिटर्न फाइल करने का डेट इज ओवर. सो withdrawal is 120 lakhs. So first 20 lakhs nil, then 20 lakhs to 1 crore, that is on the next 80 lakhs 2%, and 1 crore के ऊपर 5%. And if he is not a defaulter, then this. Clear to all of you? I feel please take your time and note this in notebook. Just 2 minutes, I'll be back. No break. All clear to all of you? Did you like this example? These are all self-made tables and examples. Whenever I teach, my objective is to make it crystal clear. Is it crystal clear or not now? Huh? 120, see, until now, ma'am, if the withdrawal exceeds 1 crore, no? 1 crore 20 lakhs, matlab, तो 120 lakhs मैंने लिखा है से calculation के लिए. तो 120 lakhs के ऊपर 2%, answer is no. This is the only exception to rule that when you exceed the limit, instead of taking the 2% on full amount, skip 100 lakhs 1 crore and on the 20 lakhs 2%. But if you are a defaulter, then 20 to 1 crore 2%, above 1 crore 5%. This withdrawal provision is not applicable to any payment which is made to government. So to government, if you're paying in cash, you need not deduct the TDS. One bank to another, ATMs में cash डालते हैं and all that. ठीक है? Right. That's all for 194N. I want to go to the next one. हाँ, तो ये example मैं लिखा हूँ notebook में कि आप सबने लिखा? Tell me. And I hope you all have taken this PDF also. The है ये Telegram group में है already. आ जाओ to the main table. We are just in the last ones, but why I'm going little slow is amendment means new TDS section added. I remember years I have been teaching और ना यहाँ पे खत्म हो जाता था. Last used to be TDS section used to be 194J. Now we have done M. We have completed N. What is M? Other than professional payments if you have made and if your books of accounts are not audited. 194N is withdrawal. Banking company, cooperative bank, post office will deduct if their customers are withdrawing. 1 crore limit is per bank. I already told you this limit is per bank for all the accounts, saving account, current account. Sometimes people have 2-3 accounts in the bank. But have you withdrawn above 1 crore cash? Yes. Then TDS will be deducted. Okay? Right. Now, 194O, e-commerce operator. This will be clear in 5 minutes. फिर से diagram बनाओ, आ जाओ notebook में. 194O, e-commerce operator. ये देखो, सबसे पहले मैं यहाँ लिख रही हूँ e-commerce participant. You know what is e-commerce participant? Those e-commerce business, you all know it or not? Online shopping. So e-commerce participant is say Reebok, Adidas, those who want to sell their shoes and bags and belts. Okay. ऐसे example ले रही हूँ, नाम से कोई मतलब नहीं है. E-commerce participant. Say they are selling it on e-commerce operator. That means who is operating the portal? Flipkart, Amazon, कोई भी ले लो, right? And this is the customer. Are you getting the diagram? E-commerce participant is supplying the product to customers many times directly. E-commerce operator सिर्फ अगर आप कभी out of the way curiosity में you just want to see how this works, you should see, you will broaden like anything. How the business is run on auto mode. When Amazon is getting order, it is passing on to e-commerce participant. He is supplying to the Amazon depot. Then from there it is dispatched. So it's such a beautiful and everything is automated. कोई किसी को phone करके बात नहीं करता कि ये भेजाओ वो भेजाओ. Are you getting? Right. So now e-commerce operator, Flipkart, is getting order from the customer. Customer will place the order here and they will supply the goods. Supply the goods. Order and payment. Who will make to whom? Customer will make the payment to the Flipkart. Okay. Flipkart will make the payment. That time they will deduct the TDS. E-commerce operator will deduct the TDS and make the payment. After deducting TDS, 1%. And if this participant no PAN, ये Reebok वाला PAN नहीं दे रहा, तो TDS क्या रेट से कटेगा? 5%. अभी बोलो, clear है हमें? See, e-commerce operator is getting orders from customer. They make paper ad and radio ad and TV ad and they get customers. And these e-commerce operator, they supply the goods either to operator or sometimes directly also to customer. Customer will make payment to the Flipkart, say 10,000 rupees. Flipkart will deduct TDS and make the payment. Okay? Right. अपना commission charge ले लेंगे और बाकी payment करेंगे. Whatever payment they make, 1% of the gross sales, 5% in case of the failure. Now, sometimes, if the payment comes 10,000, they will deduct their commission and pay the net. But TDS kitne pe katega? 1%, 5%, gross sales. Whatever they have sold to customer on the MRP, TDS will be deducted. Now, here there is a concept of deemed sales. ये exam में आता है. Deemed sale means customer is making, deemed sale means direct payment. Customer, e-commerce operator is just booking the order. Customer is making payment also directly to the e-commerce participant, but e-commerce operator is getting the orders from the market. Still, this will also be deemed sales and TDS under section 194O 1% applicable. अब इसका एग्जाम में क्वेश्चन बना के आ सकता है. I'll see if I've added that. First you note down this. 2 minutes. Shall I pause? मैम ये डायग्राम एग्जाम में ड्रॉ करना है? बिल्कुल नहीं. But if you want crystal clear clarity के साथ, if you want to solve this problem in the final exam with a very beautiful speed, then you'll have to. चलें आगे. Shall we start? Continue. Yeah. E-commerce participant putting all the products on e-commerce operators portal, and through there it is going to customer. Okay, now customer is making payment to the e-commerce operator. E-commerce operator on the gross sale will deduct TDS at the rate of 1%. If the participant is not giving the PAN, okay, then it will be 5%. Now there's a concept of deemed sales. You know what is deemed sale, dears? मैं थोड़ा स्लो कर रही हूँ क्योंकि ये recent है, नए हैं और ये बार बार आते हैं. या अब deemed sales क्या है देखो. हाँ, deemed sales. Deemed sales is that so many times the customer is directly making payment to the e-commerce operator. Then also TDS will be deducted. Okay, right? Now there are exceptions wherein 194O is not applicable. Exception 194O not applicable. E-commerce participant उसका टर्नओवर है up to ₹5 lakhs. E-commerce participants turnover is up to ₹5 lakhs. छोटा मोटा टर्नओवर है उसका. हाँ, and he gave PAN details to e-commerce operator. हो गया. No TDS 194O is applicable to chota mota, you know. Some e-commerce operators having 3 lakhs turnover. He's selling his own made handcrafted candles on e-commerce operator. उसका turnover ही 3 लाख रुपए का है candles का. छोटा मोटा घर से business कर रहे हैं. So should the TDS be deducted under 194O? Answer is no. Nice diagram, all clear to you? They can ask you a question. Let me check. If I have it in my notes, I'll share. Otherwise, I'll create. Karana to hai. Because these 194N for withdrawal above 1 crore, 194O, commerce, हर जगह O आता है ना, online. 194O को याद करने के लिए online business के लिए O. Right. 194N I say no cash withdrawal किया तो आप गए, ऐसे मैं याद रखाती हूँ. चलो, तो इसमें नोट 10 दिया हुआ है. लेटेस्ट चेक व्हाट इज गिवन इन द नोट 10. One concept, one problem, that's what we are following. Achha, this I already told you, and these are definitions. I thought I've given one example. E-commerce participant ka. ठीक है. Even if the e-commerce operator is deducting the commission privilege. चलो, ये यहीं से पढ़ लेंगे. 194P, we have already done it in the salary chapter also. 194P. You know what it is? P for pension. A person is, matlab he, pehle to he is a pensioner. I think this I'll make you write in my own way, and then it will be clear. 194O करा है ना? 194P के points. Go on writing. I'm dictating first point. Applicable to whom? Senior citizen. 75 years and above, not 60 years and above. Second, receiving pension. Senior citizen is receiving pension and FD का interest. जो pension आता है उसका FD करा लेते हैं, and they are getting the pension and the FD interest in the same bank. You know, where they are retired employees, so they are getting pension from the company and the FD interest in the same bank. Okay. Third, no other income. This senior citizen is having no other income except pension, which is taxable under salary, and deduction is also around 50,000. And they have made FD or thoda sa shayad saving account. No other income. Okay. Now here, senior citizen not required to file return. Ma'am, you did this in the return topic also. Who is exempted from filing the return? Senior citizen above 75 years, just receiving pension income and FD or saving account interest in the same bank, not having any other income. Beautiful provision this is. Then that senior citizen is not required to file the return. And bank, why? But ma'am, he might have pension income 20-30 lakhs. So bank will deduct the TDS at average rate under section 194P. P for pension, O for online business, N for no cash. How is my trick to remember? अब जब करना ही है, लिमिट्स भी याद करना है, सेक्शंस भी करना है, तो कर लो. चलो, हाँ बोलो. What I was telling you? हाँ, bank will deduct the TDS as average. Tell me one thing, dear students, so many times I've taught you, what is average rate of tax? This employee will give all the information. This employee will give all the information to the bank. And bank will calculate the tax for whole year. Divide by 12 installments they will do. Clear? Yeah. So many of you are doing live in Zoom over there. So keep commenting, and if you have any doubt, ask. So that's what is 194O. Just I have given you very quickly, we can read. Ye dekho. 194P is the given to banks, CBDT notified banks or scheduled banks and all. Senior citizen is exempted from filing the return. He is of 75 years or more, just having pension income, and he has given a declaration. He is not having any other income. Chapter 6A में अगर if he has put the money in PPF, RPF, rebate, जो भी है सब देख लो, calculate the tax and pay. Okay, right. 194Q और TCS का section मुझे साथ में पढ़ाना है. देखो कितने अच्छे example भी दिए हैं. Next, I am going to the second last one, that is 194R. Okay, R is for perquisite. ये ना आजकल बहुत ट्रेंड चल रहा है. पहले this was long back, this was called as medical freebies. Pharmaceutical companies used to give lot of benefit and gift vouchers and vouchers to resorts and all, where they will train and they will show their product. There's a combined cough syrup also with crocin and all, and like that. So these freebies received by doctors from the medical practitioners, then they will say allow it as our advertisement expense. That's not allowed. But still on today, no business goes on without the perquisite. Ma'am, when you say perquisite, no, मेरा दिमाग जाता है salary chapter में. Employer giving benefit in kind to employee, perquisite. Fixed amount, allowance. याद है सबको? Yeah. In business, can we pay perquisites? Yeah. We are into kitchen appliances business, and the company is giving us 4 tickets to Dubai, traveling, stay and all complimentary because we've completed a target. Suppose. Is this a perquisite given by company in business to us? Yes. Should it be taxable in our hands? Yes. So on this perquisite, who will deduct the TDS? Company. So any kind of perquisite in cash or kind given by company to any of its debtors or customers or anyone above 20,000, TDS katega. Right? It's perquisite and TDS will be deducted. Okay. Right. This is the second last section. 194R, above 20,000, 10%. ठीक है. अब इसमें इतने guidelines हैं, frankly speaking, guidelines just also at least the final student should study. Inter not required. Already it's very vast TDS. और हमको GST और बाकी सब पढ़ना है. फाइनल में you have separate paper for GST TDS students. तो इसको ना ऐसे लिख के करते हैं. 194P किया. अब हम करते हैं 194R. Any perquisite given cash में, kind में, cash or kind given above 20,000 throughout the year, TDS is to be deducted at the rate of 10%. 20,000 THROUGHT throughout. अच्छा नहीं लिखा, throughout हो गया. Throughout the year. So if the company is giving you perquisite 15,000, next trip 10,000, gone, crossed, and then once you cross on the whole amount, where we are not taking that limit amount, withdrawal above 1 crore, whatever is the withdrawal above 1 crore, उसी पे TDS कटेगा. Okay, right? Clear to all of you? Yeah, 10 more minutes and we are done with all the TDS sections. Yeah, then we'll do the Q&As and then the TCS. Any perquisites given by anyone, business या ऐसा नहीं कि employer employee को, employer employee तो employee के लिए taxable है. This is in business above 20,000, then TDS is deducted. इतना याद कर लोगे तो बस है, but इसको solve करने के लिए let us take up one example. Yeah. Now 194, cast an obligation on person responsible for providing perquisite to a resident to deduct TDS at 10%. TDS is to be deducted irrespective that the benefit is in revenue nature or capital. Perquisite means we can give you gift in cash, in kind. In kind also you can spend it, it's a voucher, or we can give you a TV or a mobile phone or refrigerator at your home, like that. Huh? Loan waiver is not included. Now, if the perquisite is taxable, it's in kind. What will be the value of the perquisite जिस पे मुझे TDS काटना है 10%? वो perquisite की value, market value. If they have given a mobile phone, what is the purchase price? If they have not purchased, then what's the market value, right? This is also very nice case law, so they have included. Social media influencers given a product like cosmetics, gadgets, etc. Okay, Amit ji, Bika ji, that ad comes, no? So Amitabh Bachchan sir has given lot of snacks and all, and he's doing that ad. Now these kind of social media ads are done. So maybe lot of above 20,000 all snacks, products, everything is kept. Now if they leave it with that person who is doing the acting and all, is it going to be taxable for that person as perquisite provided? See, you pay fees to someone in cash or kind. I am doing a mobile phone ad for someone and they say, ye rakh lo, ye mobile aapka. Arey, it's an iPhone of 80,000. So is the company giving me income of 80,000 in kind? Yes, TDS should be deducted. If product is returned, it's not a perquisite. If yes, it is. Okay? Right? And these TDS are to be deducted on whatever is value, not on the GST part and all. And this is applicable from 1st July. Just for reference, I have given you all the guidelines. If you don't want to read, just listen to what I'm saying. Bas utna enough hai. 1st July se ye applicable hai. But 20,000 limit, you will take it from 1st April. But April to July, because this is the first financial year, don't deduct TDS even if the payment is 50,000 from April to July. जुलाई के बाद जो भी पेमेंट हो रहा है उसमें से TDS कटेगा. ठीक है? Right. That's all for 194R. R for perquisite. उसमें भी बहुत सारा R आता है ना, तो perquisite. मैम 194P, P आपको अभी कराया ना? P किसके लिए है? Pensions, senior citizen. And 194O, online business. ऐसा लग रहा है कि मैं phonics पढ़ा रही हूँ. My sister, she teaches mornings, पर आज ऐसा ही लग रहा है. 194N, no cash withdrawal. If you withdraw above 1 crore, लग जाएगा. और ये section लिखना पड़ेगा, ये limits हैं और ये rates हैं. See, something is very challenging and tough, but I think I have done my best. I could justify. मैंने कुछ भी बाकी नहीं रखा, not to make this topic very easy, interesting for all of you, because I want you to score 8 out of 8 marks. My paper correction experience of MTP papers which I correct, 80% papers are not answering TDS TCS. But you can't say, ma'am, I'll leave it in choice. क्या choice में छोड़ोगे? इसके साथ residential status is there. So easy. With this 4 marks, 4 bit return of income. So easy. Huh? Chalo. And then if you 2 minutes, thoda sa 1 minute, just listen. 1 gram, 10 gram of that. And you will say, ma'am, question number 1A, question number 3A, residential status, I'll do 6 marks. Question number 3B, TDS, I will leave for 6 marks. You're not attempting 100 marks paper. I'm asking you to get exemptions, 81, 85. Do you think 85 marks paper solve karke 80 milenge? 100 marks paper you have to solve. This is a promise. We are going to add this in our affirmations from today. So I hope very clearly I'm giving you all these guidelines. Chalo, अब हम आगे करते हैं. Last वाला. Last one which is left, that is TDS on virtual digital asset. I think this I can take in much brief. So much section 115 BBH I have already told you. 115 BBH I have already told you this in capital gain and all. Virtual digital asset, if it is sold as capital asset or as other source, 30% TDS, 30% tax, not TDS. It is liable to be paid. Any person responsible for paying to any resident any sum by way of consideration for transfer of virtual digital asset. Okay. So at the time of credit of sum to the account of resident and all. मतलब virtual digital asset अगर आप खरीद रहे हैं Bitcoin and lithium और क्या क्या है और cryptocurrency, 1% TDS you have to deduct. Where is a specified person, value or aggregate value does not exceed 50,000. तो 50,000 से exceed होगा तो ही 1% TDS कटेगा. थोड़ा different way में दिया हुआ है. Any person other than, what is specified person? Whose books of accounts are audited. Individual HUF 1 crore से above, professional है 50 lakh से ऊपर. And being individual or HUF family not having income under the business head, then these are called as specified person. So above 50,000, 1% TDS is deducted, and for other person, some students are like, ma'am, nahi samajh raha kuch bhi. I am there na, मैं हूं ना, मैं दिखा रही हूं ना आपको. 194R किया आप सबने. Did you like this, the way we are writing? Of course, we are going to solve nice questions. 194R. Perquisite लिखा ना आपने. Last one, 194S. I feel sometimes like over the years, I remember so many attempts like till 2004-5 ये J पे खत्म हो जाता था TDS chapter. अब तो J K इधर उधर P Q R S. So by the time coming 4-5 years more, if we are in teaching, पता नहीं, now health doesn't permit much, so I don't know. I'm also going to be in my 50s now. So just really saying all this so that you all bless me कि काफी साल और हम ये knowledge share कर सकें. पर अगर नहीं किए तो मुझे लगता है अभी 194S क्लास है, तब तक 194Z आ जाएगा. Right? उससे अच्छा बोल दो on all the income 10%, TDS 5% and make finish up, remove this chapter. मेरा बस चले तो. चलो पढ़ते हैं एग्जाम के लिए. 194S. Yeah. Transfer of virtual digital asset, cryptocurrency. Buyer will deduct TDS at the rate of 1%. In case of individual and HUF, they call it as specified person. So specified person के लिए वो language correctly लिखेंगे. In case of individual and HUF, no tax audit. छोटे मोटे individual and HUF है, then above 50,000 purchase value. I hope you are getting. Buyer, if he is buying, the value or aggregate value of the consideration which he is paying to the individual, if it is exceeding 50,000, तभी TDS कटेगा 1% under 194S. From others above 10,000. From others above 10,000, TDS at the rate of 1%. Likho. I'm giving you the best of the gist to revise one day before exam. If you want me to do the revision one day before exam, of course, I'm not going to ask you exam के बाद की paper कैसा गया है. जो भी next group 2 लिख रहे हैं, continue करते रहो. जब पूरे exam हो जाएंगे तो मुझे message करना. Yeah? Right. But if you feel that no, I can teach you one day before exam also and you will listen to classes, you say how you want to do it. I have my strategy कि अगले दिन ये करना, but I don't want to dominate last 2 days. Chalo. Do let me know in the Telegram group. You can connect with us. So we have done reverse 194S. Cryptocurrency for individual and HF whose books of accounts are not audited. They are called as specified person above 50,000 purchase value 1%. Others above 10,000. 194R. Any perquisite given in cash or in kind above 20,000. TDS 10%. 194P. Senior citizen. Give all your details to bank. Bank will deduct the average rate. 194O, e-commerce operator, 1%. 194LA, compulsory acquisition of immovable property above 250,000. 194IA, 1%. When you purchase a property above 50 lakhs. Okay? So this is what is today's class. Yeah, and I started with 194J, professional fees 30,000, separate limit. So I think everything is over now. Of course, I'll give you a 3 minutes break. मुझे खुद break की ज़रूरत है. I need to drink hot water always because of continuous speaking. But 2 minutes. पहले हम 194Q कर लेते हैं. But when I'm doing 194Q, with this, I want to take 206C1H. TCS is also having a section. Okay, so these two sections, they go hand in hand. Let us see what is 194Q versus 206C1H. ये बिना लिखे पक्का नहीं आएगा. फिर इसके बहुत अच्छे printed examples are there in the booster notes, Sarathi booster notes. Why this name Sarathi, you know? Huh? Sarathi in Hindi means your companion till your exam. So I really want you to help and handhold you till your exam so that you outperform well. So where you need help, please communicate in planning, in whatever. Some of the students are sending me doubts in WhatsApp. Give me 24 hours. I'll so surely communicate through a voice note. Chale? Chalo. 194Q TDS का एक section है versus 206C1H. Yet I have not done TCS. TCS is very easy. 2 marks weightage, 1 page, and it comes in MCQ. ये सब fix है. तो वो बाद में करेंगे. पर ये अभी तो important है. Now what is 194Q? Okay, right. यहाँ पे buyer का turnover, buyer last year turnover. Buyer का last year का turnover greater than 10 crore है. Okay, whoever is the buyer, his last year's turnover is 10 crores. Okay, then on purchase, ऐसे ही लिखो, then on purchase above 50 lakhs in this financial year, okay, whatever you purchase, TDS deduct at the rate of 0.1%. See, this is like, now actually we are paying the TDS. Dear students, TDS is to be paid to government on income. This is a painful section practically. कि अब मैं purchase और sale कर रहा हूँ, उस पे भी TDS और TCS. That's not my income. That's my receipt. But hey, so I am a buyer. My last year's turnover is above 10 crore. And then whatever I'm buying from you, dear students, above 50 lakhs, I will deduct TDS 0, because when I'm buying from you above 50 lakhs means you are selling above 50 lakhs. So kuch to 5 lakh kamaoge, to am I generating income for you? Yes, I will deduct TDS at the rate of 0.1%. If no PAN is given by seller, जो seller है ना, वो पैन नहीं दे रहा है, ठीक है, राइट, तो फिर टीडीएस क्या रेट से डिडक्ट होगा? 5%. टेक योर टाइम, इफ यू वांट टू गो स्टिल स्लो, ऐसा टेबल नहीं मिलेगा आपको, एंड विदाउट दिस टेबल यू विल नॉट बी एबल टू परफॉर्म. Come 206 CS, seller. I am the buyer. My turnover is only 8 crores. Should I deduct TDS under 194Q? I am a buyer. My last year's turnover is 8 crore and I have purchased from you above 1 crore. My TDS kaatu 194Q? No. Because my last year's turnover is not above 10 crores. Okay? 206C1H. Okay? TCS. Only thing I'm missing out really, if some of the students after the exam can help me or can connect me with the technical people, some ऐसे ये रहता है ना, यहाँ पे ऐसे पेन पड़ा रहता है, कलर चेंज कर करके लिख सकते हैं हम, बट वो नहीं आ रहा है मुझे. So I'm writing with one pen only, and every time changing the pen is taking more time. I know I myself am not liking writing with single pen. चलो ठीक है. अब TDS नहीं है तो TCS. TCS में क्या है? सेलर. सेलर का लास्ट ईयर का टर्नओवर है above 10 crore. Then on sales, I am selling to you this time, dear students. I am selling to you. I am seller. मेरा टर्नओवर है 50 करोड़. मैं आपको सेल कर रही हूँ 50 lakhs. So you should pay me with that tax collected at source. With the sale money, I will collect TCS at the rate of 0.1%. And no PAN given by buyer. No PAN given by buyer. Then TCS at the rate of 1%. Over and out. So many times it was my dream. I take regular offline classes ना, तो हर बार मुझे लगता था कि ये point बड़ा confusing है. एक दिन I'll make a video on this and put it in YouTube. And here I am putting up the best of my videos. If you ask me, out of all the 25-26 classes, yeah, some students like, ma'am, you said 32 classes. So of course we are going to solve MTP2 mock test for the CMA students. And somewhere, because I'm going to take breaks in between, like this Sunday we are not having class. Last 2 Sundays I'm taking class. This Sunday no class because I'm having offline class at the institute. Sarathi, book you want to order, you can order. Yeah. Is it clear? Ma'am, both, if the both seller and buyer, both ka turnover is above 10 crore and both are buying and selling in crores, ऐसे होता है ना company के turnover, then if both are applicable, then 194Q will prevail. Are you getting? I want all of you to write. For 194Q and 206C1H, if both are applicable, so what will prevail? 194Q. for 194 O. You know, online bhi hai or 190. I am doing online business in crores and I am buying or selling and all. So 194 O e-commerce operator is also applicable and 194 Q भी है. तब क्या applicable रहेगा? 194 O. Okay. And sometimes 194 O and 206C 1H TCSB and this, then also 194 O. I know if you're doing it for the first time, if you're confused, I'm making my best of the efforts to make things clear. You watch it repeatedly. I'm there with you to handhold till your exam. Ask all your doubts in the Telegram. Click the picture, send your doubts. But please don't misuse all these platforms. Telegram में link क्या डाल रहे हैं या यहाँ पे live chat में आप allowed हैं और आप कुछ भी comment कर रहे हैं. क्या कर रहे हैं आप? मुझे फर्क नहीं पड़ता. I don't get disturbed by all these nuisances. Aren't you wasting your time? Chalo. Is this note worth it or not? I know if I could have decorated it and written it beautifully in different colors. वो भी सीख लेंगे जब आप एग्जाम लिखोगे. मैं अपना booster notes, I'll make it colored, which is black and white right now, but available in Concept Classes app if you want to order the book. And I don't know this technology, I will learn that. Okay, now it's your test time, and then we will close the TDS chapter. These are very nice examples on my own. जब students पूछते हैं ना, मैम if this, मैम if that, तो ये ifs and buts सब आ गए हैं. ये रहा. I'm here. 194Q. Any buyer whose turnover exceeds 10 crores, who is responsible for paying to seller for purchase of goods above 50 lakhs at any time, TDS is to be deducted on 0.1%. Oh, very important. On sum exceeding 50 lakhs, huh, dear students? First 50 lakhs you leave. Now this, actually I want you to go to notebook and write one example, क्योंकि आएगा. एग्जाम में आपको 2 मार्क के लिए कौन सा एग्जाम्पल आएगा ना. 1 second. Screen sharing is not getting possible. 1 minute. No, I want you to write as if you're solving a nice problem with me. Yeah, please write it. Yeah, here we are. Example. अब तो कलर चेंज कर दे. बस हो गया. बहुत हो गया. बहुत हो गया. हाँ. आ जाओ. एग्जाम्पल लिखते हैं हम. Example. Anyone, huh? This is applicable for any buyer and seller. So, Mr. A purchasing from XYZ Limited. Okay. Mr. A का last year का turnover. He is a buyer. His last year's turnover is above 10 crore. I'm just creating an example, but I'm reminded of an example. तो मैं उस हिसाब से बना रही हूँ. एग्जाम में ऐसा आएगा. मिस्टर ए का लास्ट ईयर का टर्नओवर कितना है बेटा? 10 करोड़ से ज्यादा है. Yes, Mr. A, your last year's turnover is above 10 crores. And they have purchased from XYZ Limited this year. 10th of July 22, 23 lakhs purchases. No TDS. 8th of September 22, 20 lakhs. No TDS. 9th of December 22, 30 lakhs. Yes, TDS. But kaise? 23 and 20. How much this is? 43 lakhs. Okay. So in this 30 lakhs, on 7 lakhs, no TDS. Up to 50 lakhs, no TDS. So on 7 lakhs, no TDS. And on remaining 23 lakhs, TDS under section 194Q, 23 lakhs ka 0.1%. 1%. Okay, right. So we have completed 194Q. I'm pausing here. Take this example, take a break of 3 minutes, and we are starting with solving the problems of TDS and some procedural part also. Okay, right. Are you all also back? Yes. So did you like this example? They can ask you for 194A. Chalo. So what did I say? That if Mr. A is a buyer and his last year's turnover sales or turnover is greater than 10 crore and he's purchasing from XYZ Limited, forget about the type of the entity and all. 10th of July 23 lakhs, no TDS. September 20 lakhs, no TDS. 9 December 30 lakhs. ऐसा नहीं कि once the limit crosses, on the whole amount you will put the TDS. No, it's not like that. That's the case for all the other except 194Q and 194N. Withdrawal of cash above 1 lakh पे ही TDS कटेगा और यहाँ भी वैसा ही है. So in this 30 lakhs, 7 lakh पे no TDS and less than 23 lakhs पे 0.1%. और अगर PAN नहीं है, who is not giving the PAN? Seller to the buyer. TDS who will deduct? Buyer. TCS who will collect? Seller. So the opposite, if they are not giving PAN, here it is 5%, there it is 1%. So with this, see if you can answer this test, what I am giving to all of you right now. One second. Okay, look at this. So buyer, हाँ ये क्या बोल रहे हैं बेटा, देखो इसको एक बार. Buyer जो है आपका, वो he is buying the goods above 10 last year का turnover 10 crore से ऊपर है, and he is buying the goods above 50 lakhs. Then whatever he is buying above 50 lakhs exceeds 0.1%. In case both buyer and seller's turnover exceeds, then 194 O or Q में debit है तो O will prepare. Online business. Online or TCS में है तो भी online. And 194 Q, TDS and TCS, if there's a debate, TDS will prevail. ठीक है? These are the clarifications. Okay. And 194 Q, TDS, whatever you deduct, that is excluding the GST component. Okay. Right. Now. All right. Now. Seller's turnover in the last year, seller is 12 lakh. Buyer is 8 crore. तो अगर seller है तो क्या आएगा? TCS. Aggregate value of the purchase sale of goods is 60 lakhs. तो above 50 lakhs, 10 lakhs taxable होगा और buyer का PAN है. तो tax collected at source means 206C1H section is applicable and 0.1%. Liability is on the seller. Seller's turnover is more, but buyer's PAN is not available. So instead of 0.1, 1%. Now this time, seller ka 80 crore hai, but buyer ka turnover, I am buying and my turnover is exceeding 10 crore. Then TDS is applicable 194Q, 0.1%. I am the buyer and all, but seller is not giving the PAN. Then 5%. Followed? Right. Both turnover exceeding 12 crore hai. Then TDS is only applicable. Both are exceeding 10 crore. Buyer and seller's last year's turnover. But seller's PAN is not available. Then TDS ही लगेगा लेकिन 5%. I think this is the best way to complete all the sections. Let us go to the very beginning and revise the most important ones. 192 was for salary, 192 a premature withdrawal 10%, 193 interest on securities, debentures and all 10%, domestic company giving dividend more than 5,000. 5,000 limit is only for individual. For all the others, no limit. TDS will be deducted at the 10%. 194A interest. This is important. above 5,000. Interest on loan 10% TDS. And if this is interest is paid by banks above 40,000, 10%. Senior citizen above 50,000. 194B and double B go hand. Casual income, lottery, horse races above 10,000, 30%. 194C, single payment exceeding 30,000 or aggregate payment exceeding 1 lakh. ठीक है? Contract payment, related to business, not personal payment. Single contract payment 30,000, but 20,000 ke 6 payments. So 1,20,000. So it's not crossing single, but it's crossing 1 lakh here. Then TDS. I'm just revising. Then all the 3 commissions we have seen 15,000. That's okay. Insurance company से अगर 1 lakh के ऊपर payment आता है, तो TDS कटता है 194D में 5%. When it is taxable in income from other sources, and if the single premium exceeds 2,50,000, taxable as virtual digital asset, still TDS is deducted. E is important. Entertainer, cricket players, those who are taking part in advertisement articles, journals, sportsmen, entertainment, matlab music, dance, performance, all. Then TDS is to be deducted with ESES, right? छोटे छोटे पढ़ाए हैं पर मैं छोड़ दे रही हूँ. रेंटल 194I, rent is received above 2,40,000. TDS is to be deducted, but TDS is to be deducted 2,40,000 से अगर rent exceed हो रहा है तो पूरे पे आपका TDS कटेगा at the rate of 2% or 10%, depend on what kind of the asset it is. ठीक है, right? 1 second, I'll use this. Sure. Next. आज की sections तो I think I have linked up and told you IA, LA. IB is personal rent. If you're not covered in tax audit, still you are paying the rent above 50,000, 5% TDS is deducted. If you are not covered under any of the sections, 194M, not covered under tax audit, still you are making payment above 50 lakhs, 5% TDS. 194N done, O done. ठीक है, ये अब मैं वापस रिवाइज नहीं कर रही. Now you know procedural part, what is important. TDS is to be deducted every month and to be paid by 7th of the next month. Procedural part, I will do TDS and TCS both together. TCS, you all know, it's tax collected at source, and what do you say? TCS के लिए that along with the seller, whatever money it collects, उसके साथ ही TDS लेगा. ठीक है, right? All these examples we have solved yesterday only. Rent का limit है plant and machinery and equipment पे 2% और building पे 10%. ठीक है, right? एक एक example आपको बताया. Whatever I've taught, if you just revise yesterday's 2.5 hours class and today's 2 hours, 4.5 hours, if you can spare again, this 8 marks are yours. And knowledge is practically super good, whether you do internship, job. ये सब examples के साथ, questions के साथ ये पूरा हो गया है. So I'm skipping all this. What I want to take up right now is the procedural part. ठीक है, पहले questions आ गए तो questions कर लेते हैं. I think yesterday questions we will do it from the sheet. These same all the questions I have given over there. Yeah. Whenever TDS is to be deducted within 7 days from the end of the month and in March by 30th of April, TDS is to be deposited. If not, interest will start. And quarterly statement you have to file. I hope you all are getting. ये एक exam में आया था as due date. You know, April, May, June, on what payment? किसी को interest दिया, किसी को salary दिया, किसी को commission दिया. Whatever TDS I deduct by quarter end के बाद by 31st July, 31st October, 31st Jan. You know, so many times we make annual payment. In our own business, on all the unsecured loans, we pay yearly once interest in March. So March mein load is more for the TDS work. So instead of 30th of April, 31st May. Will you remember this date? By the end of the next month after the quarter, you have to file the quarterly statement for TDS. Yeah. And for TCS, 15 July. September ka 15th October. December ka 15th Jan. March ka 15th May. So here it is like 1.5 months here, 2 months for March. Rest all it is this. Okay? If you make late filing of the TDS statement, not the payment, 200 per day is the late fees, and total amount of late fees should not exceed TDS. I'm doing very important procedural part. इसमें एक amendment भी है, अभी आएगा. So late fee. Do you remember we did late fee under 234F for late filing of the return, 234H for not linking the Aadhaar and PAN, है ना? Right. तो वैसे भी यही लगता है. अच्छा, if there is a mistake in the uploading of the TDS returns and all, can we do the correction? Yes. Consequences of failure to deduct. SSC is deemed as defaulter. If you have not deducted TDS, your business expense will be not allowed and you will be treated defaulter. Payment not treated as, payer not treated as defaulter. Agar I paid you salary, I had to deduct TDS, I forgot, but you were honest enough to pay advance tax and then you have shown me the challan, that I can submit to department, sir, I am deducting TDS from my student Vansh, but then Vansh, he has paid advance tax and already paid tax. So will I be excused? Yes. But still interest liability is there or iska problem bhi aata hai. ठीक है? Now what is this? If you forget to deduct the TDS, then from the due date, what's the date of deducting TDS? 7th of the next month. और मार्च के लिए कितना था? अभी आपको लिखा है ना? मार्च के लिए 30th of April. TCS में 7th of April ही है for TCS if you want to write. TDS के लिए I'll make you write this in note. हाँ? पर थोड़ा सा ये सुनो. So if I forgot to deduct, then 1% every month or part of the month, मतलब even 3 days late, 27th March को मैं भूल गई ma'am and all, then from the date on which tax was to be deducted to the date on which it is actually deducted, 1% interest. And now sometimes I deducted TDS. Listen, once 5,000 I'm paying you interest, 500 is TDS, I'll pay you net 4,500. Still, Vansh ka taxable income is 5,000. My expense is 5,000. But मैंने 500 काट के Vansh को तो 4,500 I gave and 500 I'm keeping it in my pocket. It's a crime. Government's money it is. I should deduct 500 TDS and pay to government. Is it my income, my money? If I keep with me 1.5 interest, 1.5% per month interest, मतलब कितना होता है? 18% interest लगेगा from the date on which it was deducted and the date it's actually paid. I'll solve this problem here only. You solve it in notebook. या notebook में कर लेते हैं. चलो पढ़ लो so that लिखना भी हो जाएगा. An amount of 40,000 was paid to Mr. X on 1st July towards fees. So 1st July means 1st August तक पे करना था. Subsequently another payment 50,000 on 28th February. So 7th March तक TDS काटना था. From which TDS is 10%. हाँ, it's not. वो पहले का गलती से आया है. This is 9,000. However, we rectify the errors, no? कुछ ना कुछ गलतियां रह जाती हैं. तो इसको रिपीट नहीं करना है ना, तो मुझे बताना पड़ेगा. Yeah, please check with me, all of you. 9,000 and the entire amount of 90,000 was deducted. However, this tax of 9,000 was deposited only on 20th of June 23. Oh my God. जुलाई 22 में काटना था, भूल गए, 1% इंटरेस्ट. फरवरी में काटना था, भूल गए, या मार्च में. Now February में whatever you have deducted you should have paid, and you deducted, however, this 4,000 पे 10% and 5,000, so 9,000. Another payment of 50,000 is February, from which TDS 10% on entire amount was deducted. Okay, good. 9,000 is 4,000 to be deducted. You didn't deduct. But 4 plus 5 mila ke 9,000 you have deducted in February, no? Paid by 7th March. No, these people paid in 26 June. तो काट के भी नहीं पे किए तो 1.5% इंटरेस्ट तो लगेगा ना. It's a very nice concept, and let me tell you, this problem of study material with same dates is asked in the earlier exam for 4 marks. तो इसको छोड़ना नहीं है, करते हैं. TDS, deduct and pay by 7th of next month. Only for March by 30th of April. TCS, collect. वो तो collect होता है ना, you are the seller, तो आप उसके साथ tax भी collect करते हो. And pay by 7th of next month. मैम मार्च का भी 7th of April कलेक्ट करके पे कर दो. ठीक है. Otherwise, now let us take what is this otherwise. इसको करते हैं. Otherwise, booster notes are good or not? Interest at the rate of 1% from due date जिस दिन काटना था to actual date of deduction. I didn't deduct the TDS. By mistake, I made full payment. My expenditure will not be allowed in the PNL. 30% disallowed. Out of India, 100% disallowed. And interest 1% from the due date to the actual date. Take it as a challenge. You all are going to staying connected with me right now for another 20 minutes. TCS के बड़े easy sections है और आपके एग्जाम में ओवरसीज टूर ऑपरेटर ही आएगा. पर ये लास्ट करें तो सही. Interest 1% from due date till actual date of deduction, and interest at the rate of 1.5% from deduction जिस दिन आपने काट लिया to actual date of payment. ठीक है. जिस दिन आपने एक्चुअल काट के पे कर दिया तो 1.5%. Now I am solving with all of you this question. It's 14th question in the PDF material और नहीं है question number, तो I am giving you all the data. Don't worry. 40,000 pay 10%. 4,000 from July. 1st July. I am giving you the data. और इस पे TDS कटा है 20th of February 2023. So how many months? July में if you have deducted the TDS by 7th of August, you should have paid. So August, September, October, November, December, January, February. Right? And this was 40,000 was paid on 1st July only. So just as on 1st, so by 7th July, you can deduct the PDS and pay. So 8 months. So what will be the interest? 4,000 pay, 1% per month for 8 months. That's coming to 320. अब इसमें 50,000 और ऐड हो गया. So 90,000, 10%, 9,000. We deducted the TDS in February 2023. but we deposited to government in 22nd June 2023. March, April, May, June, 4 months. 9,000 into 1% into 4. 360. 4 9s are 36. 54 क्या हुआ? Oh, 1.5% we should take. Why 1.5? Because 9,000 you deducted on 28th of February and kept in your pocket. I don't know. Literally, some students are saying, "Ma'am, you're too honest. Today concept mat padhao." And literally, my students who are teaching in degree college, they are also using this lecture. But I feel this is Vidya. We call it in Hindi. Some God's grace, some knowledge. And next year, to ye change ho jayega. Sitting on this place 1% also, I can't cheat and leave off. Ki ye ho gaya. TDS khatam. Clear to all of you? Completed writing or not? Mere saath saath. So that was all for that interest concept. Certificates and all you can read if not. Yeah, these two are the amendments also and more. So I want you to discuss this. 206 AA वहाँ पे भी है. TCS में ये TCS का section भी मैंने यहाँ दे दिया है. 206 CC. Now what this says, TDS is to be deducted, but if the pay is not giving the PAN, then instead of 2%, 194C contract 2%, 194N 5%, instead of that prescribed rate or rate in force in that Finance Act or at 20%. Only in 194O for online operator, e-commerce operator and Q, instead of 0.1%, take 5%. And I think this is also 194O is 1%, na? Yeah, 194O भी आपका 1% है, तो 1 की जगह आप कितना ले लो? 5%. Yeah, followed or not? Means example लिखना है तो लिख लो. 194C contract में TDS कटता है at the rate of 2%. No PAN, no PAN, I will deduct the TDS at 20%. Super duper important for MCQs. Just see the case studies. MCQ se bhi zyada, dear students, case studies. So tax shall be deducted at the aforementioned rate and all. Now, higher rate of the TDS for non-filers. This is 206 AB. वहाँ पे भी कुछ सेक्शन होगा इसका 206C TCS में है. मैं ना दोनों प्रोसीजर एक साथ पढ़ा रही so that we can complete some very good questions. ये देखो same 206C tax collected at source. If PAN is not furnished, collect it at higher rate or 5%. Their higher rate or 2%. But only in case of 206CH 0.1 की जगह 1%. Followed all of you. You want notes for this, then let me know, dear students. Okay, right. Yeah, I will post. Again, I'll post that whole material, this material and this question bank also. ये है ना question bank हम कर रहे हैं. वो भी करेंगे. Question bank I'm doing. 15 minutes more the class will go on. Okay, and 206 CCA. You know, where a person is a defaulter, non-filer. He's not filed the return for the year for which filing the return is over, then forget about the TCS rate, twice the rate or 5%. Whichever is higher, wo rate se TCS katega. If he has not furnished the return for the previous year, immediately preceding financial year, in which tax is required to be collected, for which filing the date is over. For example, we are in 22-23. But 2021 ka last return you can file by March 22 and that is over. Yeah. And aggregate of TDS, TCS is above 50,000. Same provision is applicable in TDS also. Routine 5 classes for TDS. So much is handwritten कि वो दिमाग में बैठता ही है and students get exemption. Now for you all, I have not even left one thing. 100% honestly, I am teaching. But yes, you will have to revise the lecture. देखो बेटा. If they don't furnish the PAN, then deduct the TDS at prescribed rate or 20%, whichever is higher. And if they are non-filers, then deduct the TDS at twice the rate or 5%. Okay, right. Ma'am, अगर दोनों भी fault है, PAN भी नहीं दे रहा है, और return also he has not filed, huh? Both. In case the provision of 206 are also applicable, then highest rate. Obviously, it's going to be 20%. Because if it's a non-filer, then deduct the TDS at the rate of 5%. Nice, clear to all of you. We are not going for TCS now. We are solving all the questions from the question bank. Chalo, aa jao. Kal kuch questions we have solved and some we have not solved, that I am doing now. Starting from problem number 94. 94 we had completed. Study material and past exam questions. 94 we have done yesterday. Please watch yesterday's video if it is not clear to you or if you have any doubt. 95 also याद है? 194 DA जब पढ़ाया तब भी जाके 95 questions I have done. Now this. TDS implications. Mrilan and Sons LLP has withdrawn from bank 40 lakhs, then 35 lakhs. One second. Because I think there's a date mistake. So many times I check, I recheck, फिर भी रह जाता है. One second. Yeah, make it 22. इसको 22 कर. क्योंकि हम 20 to 23 से कर रहे हैं ना बेटा. So first 40 lakhs they have withdrawn from bank, then 35 lakhs and then 55 lakhs. The purpose of withdrawal was buying agricultural produce from farmers, being raw material required for manufacturing of the finished product. Mrilan company regularly files the return. Okay. Now it's a very nice question that they have withdrawn for some purpose. So for example, they are buying from the farmers, and if these farmers are from villages wherein the banking service is not there, and if you say नहीं हम तो check ही pay करेंगे, cash withdraw करके pay किए तो आपको ये होगा वो होगा, like that TDS कटेगा, तो they will not understand. So in those cases it will not be there. Other cases 40 lakhs plus 35 plus 55, देखो कितना हुआ, 40 plus 35 plus 55, it's 130 lakhs. So till 100 there is no problem. 30 lakhs pay under section 194N, TDS will be deducted. 194N for cash withdrawal above 1 crore 2%. If he is a defaulter, last 3 years return he has not filed, then 20 lakh to 1 crore 2%, above 1 crore 5%. अभी तो सीधा सीधा 2% रहेगा, ठीक है? So minus 100 and इसका 2%. Right? 60,000 TDS will be deducted. 60,000 TDS will be deducted. All clear to all of you? Mukesh, 75 years, has gold bonds, 2,50,000, okay, and 7.5 gold bonds, and he has received the interest on January 23, okay. So on that percentage, whatever, if the interest is exceeding above 10,000 TDS कटेगा 10%. 194 interest on bonds and debentures and all. Okay. नहीं भी याद है सेक्शन, जैसे फ्रैंकली अभी मुझे भी याद नहीं है, तो ठीक है, जितना याद है कोशिश तो करेंगे ना हम कि अभी रेफर करके रख लें. On bonds, debentures and all above 10,000, section 193. 193. Yeah, month wise you have to calculate the interest. January 23, so like 2,50,000 into 6.5%. When they have invested, not given, but they have received the interest in January 23. Okay, but these are for fixed amounts, 10.5 gold bonds. So 350 into 7%. Month wise, you have to calculate the interest and TDS at the rate of 10% under 193. This is there in the study material, you can check. Now, briefly discuss the clarifications issued by CBDT on the cross applications of TDS under 194Q and H. This can be asked again, then 194Q will prevail. Kamlesh, a resident, has maintained 2 FDs in different branches of the bank, and the bank has paid him 32 and 17 interest. So he is a senior citizen, तो उसके लिए 50,000 का limit है, and 32, 42 and 49,000. No TDS. No TDS because it's not exceeding 50,000 limit for the bank interest. 194. No TDS. Avinash, a pensioner, pays 55 lakhs to Raju for contract for reconstruction. See, it's not 194C is not applicable because his books of accounts are not audited and this is a personal payment. But is he covered under 194M, which I started now? Yes. And once it crosses 50 lakhs on the whole 55 lakhs, 5%. 2,75,000. Nice, clear to all of you? Right. चलो नेक्स्ट करते हैं. अब कुछ पास्ट एग्जाम के क्वेश्चंस हैं हमारे पास, so that you get the mindset कि man, this topic is so easy, and even if by mistake one bit goes wrong, 2 marks bits are there. So I would to never suggest you all to leave this. Mahesh has paid 5. 1 second, dear students. Mahesh has paid 6 lakhs on 5th October to the fresh cold storage for preservation of fruit and vegetable. He is engaged in wholesale business. His turnover is 3 crore. So is he an individual and HF whose books of accounts are audited? Yes. Will 194C apply? Yes. Or TDS kitna hai? Acha, 194C says if the payee is an individual, then 1%. Here payee is a private company. So 6 lakhs pay 2% TDS, 12,000 cutting. Is my speed fine? You want? Go on writing. Take a printout of this single, एक साथ बना के मैंने आपको भेजे हैं 120 questions. Ramu, a salaried individual, has paid 60,000 per month rent from July, and Shiv Kumar has not furnished. So which section is applicable? 194. 1 second, yes. Yeah, Ramu और rent पे कर रहा है तो 194 IB. $194 IB is definitely applicable. 1 second, dear students. but it is that it is above 50,000, no? So rent ke case mein July to March, so 9 months rent comes to 50,000 के ऊपर है आपका रेंट. 194B में 5% TDS कटेगा. 60,000 rent you are paying for how many months? July to March. That comes to how much? There's an upper limit na कि TDS cannot exceed last month rent. So 60,000 into 9. These two lectures are super duper important for final students also, and the level of the problems what we are doing also. हाँ, तो इसको छोड़ना नहीं है, इसको करके जाना है. Please take a print out and practice and go all these problems. Hmm. 60,000 per month into 9 months और इसका 5%. That comes to 27,000. Okay. TDS cannot exceed the last month rent. So here it is coming to 27,000. Check and ask if you have any doubt. Write the section, write the limit. Yeah, one more option, we'll work it out here. 60,000 into 9 ka 5% is correct. But if the Shiv Kumar, to whom I am paying the rent, if he is not submitting the permanent account number, then TDS will be at what rate? 20%. 60,000. No PAN. No PAN. ये भी लिखो. Pen is not working. क्या हो गया? One second, I'll have to close the screen, got stuck up. Yeah, where we were. Problem number क्या चल रहा था बेटा? Yeah. If Shiv Kumar is not giving the PAN, then 60,000 into 9 into 20%. 60,000 into 9 into 20%. That comes to 1,08,000. But this will be restricted to 60,000. Last month के rent से exceed नहीं हो सकता. I've given you the very correct answer. Next one you all try out. अच्छा, next one तो TCS है, overseas agent, जो हमने अभी तक किया ही नहीं है. So like these questions are there, 99, 100, 101, 102, all I want to do the questions. But before that, first we will take up the TCS very quickly. Please check this table. It's not a break, but 2 minutes I'll be back and 15 minutes more. I know I'm exceeding 15 करके, but अब करना है इसको. All right. What is the concept of TCS? TDS is tax deducted at source. So if I pay you salary 110 rupees, I'll deduct and pay to government and pay you 90. Still your taxable salary is 100 and my expenditure is 100. That's the concept of TDS. What's the concept of TDS? When I give the concepts, no, when I teach, एग्जाम्पल 10 रुपए 2 रुपए रहेंगे, करोड़ों रुपए के ट्रांजैक्शन होने दो, कैलकुलेटर इज देयर. हाँ, सेलर सेलिंग तेंदुलीज, ओके, 100 और जीएसटी भी है 110. Tax collected at sources. There are some cases where government is saying to seller that you collect the tax and pay to us because buyer is buying huge. That means he has earned. Okay. Seller will give certificate. I hope you are getting. TDS में minus होता है tax. TCS में add okay the seller will collect. Seller will say pay me my sales money plus I will collect the TCS. ठीक है? Right. Now, these are some goods on which TCS is to be required to collect from buyer. Who will collect? Seller. But important is this seller should not buy it for personal consumption. No. He should not be a manufacturer. Means he is a trader. हाँ? अगर आप ट्रेडर हैं और आप ये आइटम परचेज करते हैं 127, नॉट ऑल ना, 127, ये एक अपने में एक लिस्ट है 127. TCS not applicable if goods are purchased for personal consumption. TCS not applicable if the resident buyer, if the buyer furnishes a declaration that he is going to use it for manufacturing. Okay, and not for trading. Ma'am, but if I'm buying for trading, yes. Now, what are these items? Alcoholic liquor for human consumption, 1%. You know, alcoholic liquor is used for pharmaceutical companies for medicines, cough syrups and all. Yes, not that. Alcoholic liquor for human consumption, you are buying and selling. You are not purchasing. See, seller collect karega, but buyer is not for personal consumption. Not for personal consumption. Not for manufacturer. मतलब trader हैं, tendu leaves. Tendu leaves are obtained from forest. It's a natural thing. And from that tobacco, pan masala, gutka, bidi, cigarette, all that is made. So that tendu leaves get auctioned. And with the sale price, the seller collects 5% TCS also. Timber obtained from forest. Timber obtained mode other than third. Any other forest produce. Okay. 2.5% लगता है. सब forest produce पे 2.5% TCS is collected. तेंदू leaves, as it is, you all know, cigarette liquor पे आज भी excise भी लग रहा है, जबकि excise is closed. 5%. Alcoholic liquor for human consumption, 1%. ठीक है, right? Lease, license of parking, minerals, mines, goals and all. Okay? तो ये वाला खत्म हो गया. अब बायर सेलर क्या है ये सब क्लियर है आपको, वही सेम इंडिविजुअल्स एंड एचएफ. नाउ वन सेक्शन इज एडेड हियर, 2061C. इफ यू रिमेंबर द सेक्शन, अदरवाइज यू कैन स्किप दिस पार्ट. टीडीएस आई हैव टोल्ड यू, 194O ऑनलाइन, 194N कैश विड्रॉल, 194P पेंशनर सीनियर सिटीजन, 194Q तो 10 करोड़ वाला सेल, 194R परक्विजिट एंड 194S. ये हमने आज किए जो बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. 194S इज गुडचिल्ड. तो लाइक दिस यू रिमेम्बर, ये ठीक है, सिर्फ बस मालूम होना है आपको कि लीज और लाइसेंस और पार्किंग लॉट, टोल प्लाजा, माइंस और क्वेरीज. ओके, देन लेसर इज कलेक्टिंग लीज रेंट फ्रॉम द लेसी. आई एम गिविंग यू माई माइन ऑन लीज, you pay me the amount, and with that I'll collect 2% TCS also. Yeah, who will collect? Lesser. कितना? 2%. किससे? लेसी से. खत्म. मोटर कार when it is sold above 10 lakhs, any motor car, रिटेल में, पर्सनल कंजम्पशन के लिए, कोई भी अगर 10 लाख से ऊपर गाड़ी खरीदते हैं तो द सेलर विल कलेक्ट. from the buyer. Okay, right. But buyer does not include central government, state government. हाँ, उनसे आप थोड़ी टैक्स लोगे, गवर्नमेंट से ही टैक्स लेके फिर गवर्नमेंट को ही थोड़ी देंगे. Right? So TCS is to be collected at 1%. लीज का रेट कितना है देखो बेटा, लीज का रेट है 2%, मोटर कार का रेट है 1%. I know little bit it is like tricky, but इसको repeat करने से रेट याद हो जाएंगे. And these are now clarifications which I'll say in brief. Each car exceeding 10 lakhs. Yes. Luxury cars का ऐसा कुछ नहीं है, any car exceeding 10 lakh. Aggregate value. Single car. Is it applicable to individual? Yes. अगर seller कौन है, जो कार सेल कर रहा है, if his books of accounts are audited, now obviously अब 10 lakhs की एक कार बेच रहे हैं और करोड़ से टर्नओवर एक्सीड हुआ तो बुक्स तो ऑडिट होंगे, तो टीसीएस तो लगना ही है. ठीक है. या दिस वन इज आस्क्ड इन एग्जाम. लास्ट वन, overseas remittance or overseas tour package. You all know what is overseas tour package. I want to go for 15 days trips to France, Germany, Paris, all this. Then I can book along with lodging, boarding, flight tickets and all. So that is called as overseas package. And overseas remittance is money changers, those who convert currency. तो इनको बिल्कुल TCS collect करना है. It provides for collection of tax by every person who is an authorized dealer, money exchanger, who receives amount under liberalized remittance scheme of RBI for overseas remittance from a buyer, being a person remitting such amount out of India. ठीक है? Right. Amount or aggregate of amount being remitted by a buyer is less than 7 lakhs. समझ में आ रहा है? If you are converting the currency and it is less than 7 lakhs, then TCS is not collected. But if amount or aggregate of amount in 7 lakhs is remitted by the buyer in a financial year, buyer मतलब जो currency purchase कर रहा है 7 लाख के ऊपर की, 5% TCS is collected on amount in excess of 7 lakhs. वहां पे था आपका 194Q, जिसमें आपका 50 लाख के ऊपर ही टीडीएस कटेगा. और एक सेक्शन था 194N, पेमेंट अबव 1 करोड़. यहाँ पे भी इफ यू आर एक्सचेंजिंग करेंसी 8,20,000, 7 लाख तक नो प्रॉब्लम. 1,20,000 what extra you have exchanged, 5% TCS also you have to pay to the money exchanger. Where amount remitted out is loan obtained from any financial institutions above 7 lakhs, 0.5%. Normally the TCS rate for money exchanger is 7 lakhs के ऊपर 5%. But if it is like for education loan purpose, loan obtained for education purpose, then 0.5% instead of 5%. And overseas tour package अगर कोई भी लेते हैं तो 5% tax collect ही होता है. That's why so many times we say to our CA, we'll say, oh, so you traveled to Bali and Dubai last year. आपको कैसे पता चला? क्योंकि you have exchanged the currency, you have taken overseas tour package, and you have taken the foreign currency when you have traveled. So already TCS is collected. How much? 5%. Clear to all of you. Authorized dealers are dealers by RBI, and overseas tour packages, visit, hotel stay and all. One very important point applicable for TDS TCS is it is collected or deducted on due or receipt, whichever is earlier. 4 years I have not been paying loan to you, interest to you, but I make due interest account debit to interest due account interest. तो मैं expense तो book कर रही हूँ ना, तो TDS तो काटना पड़ेगा. Payment is not. Same with this. Cases where no tax is collected if already it is collected by the seller under 206C1H and so on. Okay? 206C1H, I told you, you are a seller and your sale is exceeding 50 lakhs and your last year's turnover is exceeding above 10 crore. You're a seller. Then whatever you have to collect from buyer, above 50 lakh ke sale pe 0.1%. If buyer is not giving the PAN, then 1%. Buyer cannot be central government. Ye central government, state government, high commission, legacy and embassies, inko buyer seller dono mein chhod do. And rest all provisions is same. There only I have written quarterly statement 15th of July, and this I have already told you. See, TDS if you don't deduct, I mean say, or you deduct and pay, वो तो interest तो बोला, sorry. TDS अगर काटना है और PAN नहीं है तो 20%. TCS अगर collect करना है और PAN नहीं है तो 5%. चलो. Done. चले आगे. Yeah, a lot of energy is required in today's class. Finance student should also message me if this is clear or not. और इंटर स्टूडेंट्स TCS पूरा मत छोड़ो, पर ऐसे रेट्स तो पढ़ के जाओ. ये लाइसेंस के लिए 2%, सेल ऑफ मोटर कार अबव 10 लाख 1%, ओवरसीज रेमिटेंस 7 लाख के ऊपर अगर आपने एक्सचेंज किए तो 5% लगना ही लगना है. But अगर overseas tour package है तो 7 lakh limit is not there. And if you have exchanged the currency for education loan, then instead of 5% it is 0.5. है ना? और sale value exceeding है तो 0.1%. 206C1H. 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 I think at least 3 times I have written. So here we complete the portion and now we can go and solve the question जहाँ हमने आधा छोड़े थे. कहाँ छोड़े थे हमने? Question number 3B करते हैं. Examine the transactions. This has already come for 4 marks. Kalpit brought an overseas tour package for Singapore for himself and his family, 5 lakhs. Okay. So 5 lakhs, pay 5%. Overseas tour package, 7 lakhs limit is not there. From an agent who is engaged in organizing foreign tours, he made the payment by an account paid check and provided the permanent account number. So 5 lakh pay 5%. ठीक है? Okay. हो गया. One second, dear students. No, I'm just seeing one more bit is there by mistake. It's not typed only. But I want to discuss it. Shall I discuss? Honesty is the best policy sitting at this place. 1 minute. I'll find the... One second. Yeah. Anu doing textile business, his turnover is 11 crores. He received a payment by selling the textile 75 lakhs. 194 क्यों? Anu का खुद का turnover last year का 11 crore है. And this year he has sold to Ram 75 lakhs. So above 50 lakhs, TDS will be deducted. Yeah, right? At the rate of 0.1%. ठीक है? More chances of getting 194Q, 206C, 1H overseas tour package. Now, discuss the tax implications of all this and write the sections and all also. Chalo, theek hai. Now, XY. XY is a partnership firm selling product R. Are you enjoying or not? These are very good past exam questions. Marks I'll say यहाँ लिखा है ना 6 marks के लिए है. Here also one numbering mistake is done by mistake. 1 minute, 1 minute. चलो आगे चलते हैं. ये देखो बेटा पढ़ो. XY is a partnership firm selling product R through e-commerce portal. Very nice question. Very nice. Same can be repeated. AB credited in the books account of XY on 20th of February by sum of 4,90,000 for the sale of the product R made during the month of February 2022. Okay. So it is a partnership firm. It's selling its product through e-commerce portal AB Limited. AB Limited credited in books the account of XYZ 490 for the sale of the product. So ठीक है 490 पे under section 194O online business 5% TDS कटेगा. अब इसमें ऐड हुआ है Rai who purchased the product R, हमारा product R from the platform, but he made the payment directly. See, Rai is making the payment directly to the e-commerce operator. If you remember the flow chart, what I have done, है ना? ये XY है, ये e-commerce portal है, और ये कौन है आपका कस्टमर R, Rai. ओके, अब Rai क्या कर रहा है? डायरेक्टली दे रहा है. डायरेक्टली दे रहा है. तो डायरेक्टली whatever is paid by the customer to the e-commerce operator, is it deemed to be the sales through portal only? Yes. So on 490 and 60,000, that comes to how much, dear students? 490 and 60, 5,50,000 multiplied by 5%. This will be the TDS. $194.0. 1 second. E-commerce operator is 1%, not 5%. So 1% cut जाएगा 5,005. Now, ABC Limited is a producer of natural gas. During the year, okay, they have sold natural gas worth 26,50,000 to a partnership firm. It also incurred 1,70,000 as rate. It raised invoice and cleared charges and all. Okay, ये तो next वाला question है. इसमें है third bit यहाँ से शुरू हो रहा है. ठीक है. So now transfer of the gas and all. 1 second. All that is not covered under the works contract. It's not a work contract. मैंने आपको बताया था cylinders, gas and all. Third one, AB LLP paid job charges to a partnership firm for doing embroidery work on the fabric supplied by this. Okay. So job work, okay, is covered under 194C because it's a contract of work, not contract of sale. We are doing the work of, जैसे ये size का shutter बना दो. This is a job contract, 194C. Now the beautiful part is 194C limit is 30,000. So this is not exceeding 30,000, not exceeding 30, not exceeding 30. This is exceeding 30. And if the overall payment exceeds 1 lakh, देखो 27,000 plus 25,000 plus 28,000 plus 32,000. Is it exceeding? Huh? So 194C में once it exceeds on 1,12,000. And are we paying? हम किसको pay कर रहे हैं? We are paying job charges to a partnership firm. If we are paying contract payment to individual HUF 1%, if not 2%. into 2%. 2240 TDS will be deducted from the last payment. First 3 payments, no TDS. And then the last payment, it exceeded. इसकी जगह अगर 16,000 के 2 payment होते ना, then also it would have exceeded. Because 194C contract, individual payment limit is 30,000. Or total payment throughout the year, the limit is 1 lakh. Chalo, next. May 23, MTP question it is. Let us take it up very quickly. Amar has paid, I'm not reading now, all this is same. Amar has paid 6 lakh to fresh cold storage. Ma'am, we did already earlier. So it's repeated, it's very easy. Cold storage matlab 194C. और ये private company है तो 6 lakh pay 2%. बात खत्म. Ramu, a salaried individual, paid 60,000 rent. ओके और पैन नहीं है तो 50,000 के ऊपर अगर आप किसी को रेंट पे कर रहे हो एंड योर बुक्स ऑफ अकाउंट्स आर नॉट ऑडिटेड, you are covered under 194IB, correct? And how many months rent? 60,000 into 9 into generally 5%, but यहाँ PAN नहीं है तो 20%. If PAN is not there, TCS is 5%, highest rate of TCS. TDS is 20%. So this comes to 1,08,000, but this is limited to 60,000. You will restrict it because whatever you deduct TDS under 194IB should not exceed the rent of the last month, dear students. And last month is 60,000. Chalo, last question, return of income we have already done. Examine the applicability and the amount of TDS. Quality good questions these are. May 23 का भी आ गया है पेपर, देख लो, कोई भी डाउट है तो वो भी पूछ लेना. SN Co Limited paid 25,000 to one of the directors sitting fees. Superb. Dekhte se students generally say no TDS, but answer is yes TDS. Today I started my class with this. Whatever payment you make to directors, it comes under professional remuneration. 194J, 30,000 limit is not applicable. समझ में आ रहा है आपको? तो अगर आपने 25,000 भी पे किया है ना, तो 25,000 पे 10% 2,500. Once again, if remuneration is given to directors professional way, 194J TDS is deducted at 10%, irrespective of upper limit. 2,20,000 paid to Mr. Mohan, a resident individual, on 28th of February by State of Haryana on compulsory acquisition of his urban agricultural land. Okay, right. Now this is urban agricultural land and transfer compulsory acquired, hai na? So compulsory acquired, but then there is limit of 2,50,000 under 194 LA. What is IA? That Raj and Simran example. What is LA? This. Above 2,50,000 ही TDS कटेगा. तो यहाँ तो ये exceed नहीं हो रहा तो no TDS. Are my answers good? You are able to write. Purushottam dealing hardware has 12 crores turnover. He purchased the goods from Agarwal. ठीक है. Seller का turnover कितना है आपका? 12 crore. He is purchasing the goods. तो purchases पे कौन सा लगेगा? 194Q. 80 lakhs है. First 25 lakhs nil. Next 27 पे nil नहीं है ना, लगेगा. Total कितना है? He credited his Agarwal's account and Agarwal's turnover for financial year is also 20 crore. Oh, seller's turnover is 12 crore, buyer's turnover is 20 crore. Ma'am, both are applicable. 194Q TDS and 206C 1H TCS. So which one you will apply? 194Q. पर देखो total payment कितना है आपका? 25 plus 27 plus 20, 80 lakhs, ठीक है. तो इसमें 25 lakhs छोड़ दो, इसमें 25 lakhs छोड़ दो, next 2 lakhs पे 0.1%, 2 lakhs पे 0.1% is coming to 200 rupees, और ये 28 lakhs पे तो पूरा 0.1%, 2800 हो गया. Ask if you have any doubt anywhere, and if you feel I have gone little fast in answer, pause the video, go and read director's sitting fees. Yeah, ma'am has given the table, no limit applicable. इसमें अगर डाउट है 194 LA जाके पढ़ो, मेरा वीडियो पॉज करो और 194 LA go and study. Okay, right? So I feel this is my way I say to students, and this is are you 100% ready for the total income problems now? This is my way of saying to students, and it really works. Suppose I am discussing in the video or you come across 194 LA और थोड़ा सा डाउट है, जाके LA पढ़ो. नेक्स्ट इज 194 Q भी है और ये भी, आप क्या करें? तो you remember I have given you verses 3. You know, the more you go back to the provisions 3 times. मैम कितनी बार पढ़ो? 3 बार पढ़ोगे, फिर वापस जाने की जरूरत नहीं पड़ेगी, because now you are so confident that you remember, right? I hope you all followed today's class. It's more than 3 hours I'm sitting here. हाँ, शुरू थोड़ा लेट किया, but उसके पहले सब done, all fine. Now here we are, we have completed this week bumper topics. This week was really little exhausting for me also. We did deductions and then we did return of income, और हमने पूरे important topics किए. Now we have to complete computation of income under old regime, computation of income under new regime, AMT आपका alternate minimum tax, agricultural income already I have done. Section 10 exemptions in every chapter I have taught you, but I'll spare 15-20 minutes to take up the SEZ wala exemption. So these are the topics left out. Tomorrow I'm willing to take computation of income, dear students, and you will be sitting based in my class. अभी तो आप क्या करते हैं, notes तो लिखते हैं 206. Please comment below today's video. Did you like the way we have written the notes for TDS and TCS 206C1 versus 194Q? Are the quality of the problems good or not? Everything, not from the past exam. उसके पहले 7-8 problem हमने मेरे material से भी किए हैं, और एक-एक concept के साथ भी एक-एक problem किए हैं. So if these efforts are worth it, please comment below. I have given you the mobile number also of concept classes, so you can. Please don't go on doing their video call, audio call, and mischievous मत बनो. मैं गलत आइडिया नहीं दे रही बेटा, लाइफ में बहुत अच्छे काम करने हैं आपको भी मुझे भी, ये फालतू कामों के लिए हमारे पास जगह नहीं है. So I hope you will cooperate in tomorrow's class for computation of total income. I want you to take a printout of the sheet which I have given you so that I can concentrate on the presentation. These are long questions ना, एक स्क्रीन में कवर भी नहीं होंगे. बिजनेस हेड, फिर कैपिटल गेन, फिर डिडक्शंस, फिर टैक्स ऑन स्पेशल इनकम, ये चलेगा, टाइम लगेगा. To make sure you cover this up properly, take a printout. If you need, message me in the Telegram. I'll again re-put this. Right? That's all for today's class. Thank you so much. Let us close with our daily prayer. I love myself. I accept myself. I take 100% responsibility for all my actions, behaviors, decisions, responses, consequences. I'm responsible. Whatever I'm learning, I'm able to recollect and write an exam. Coincidentally, I'm learning the best which is coming in the exam. And I'm headstrong, confident I have achieved good result. I'm working, I'm practicing, I'm wearing this dress, I'm wearing this watch, I'm going in this car to my office. This is the power of visualization, and it works. Thank you so much. That's all for today. And some students are panicking so much कि there's a छोटू सा paper pattern change in the CMA inter का जो आपका जो course है ना DT का, वो भी न्यू सिलेबस, ओल्ड सिलेबस तो इट इज सेम ओनली. हाँ, तो सिर्फ उतने के लिए आप पैनिक क्यों हो रहे हैं? I will take care once I'm done with CA students and they are writing the exam in November. For CMA students, all your model test papers, you can check, one playlist is there in YouTube, MTP of CMA Inter Direct Taxation, separate. So you can do all the past exam papers, including July 23 paper. I've solved over there. हाँ, तो और क्या चाहिए सपोर्ट के लिए? तो अभी पैनिक मत हो, अभी रिलैक्स होके सिर्फ पढ़ो. ठीक है? राइट. It takes guts to reach till this video, and a big applause for me, for all of you if you have come till this video. Students छोड़ देते हैं deductions आते से. TDS TCS 80% of them vanish. But ये 8 marks का है, 50 में से 8 marks कैसे छोड़ें? Right? Any doubts you have, keep posting in the Telegram, and if you want, you can put a message in Telegram. We will connect you to our WhatsApp group. Right? Thank you so much. Bye bye, all of you. God bless you all for being so awesome and sending me all beautiful messages, which motivates me also. Please give a good feedback on the number which I have given, or you can comment below this video after it is uploaded, and do share it with your friends in your Telegram WhatsApp group if you feel there's a genuine conceptually good knowledge.